it's time to start assembling cannons, but before I start assembling I need to do some painting. I need to paint all the barrels, so that'll take me a few minutes. I'll probably put you on high speed with some music again. Well, it's the same thing over and over. So. That's the barrel is painted. The next job is to start cutting out the cannons and tidy up my tools here, clean my tweezers and my brushes. I'll get back to you in a few seconds. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm having to do this at the furthest stretch of my arms. I'm going to cut 2 cannons at a time out, I hope. Just got to find where the little nicks are that hold them in. Yeah, I think I see them in here. That seems to be them. Now, if I've got it right, I can push that and out they come. So, 2 cannons. Oh, I didn't paint that bit red. That's right, we'll put that underneath. So, one cannon, like that. Make sure you get the fronts and the backs the right way around. And also, they'll go to the outside. So that will go that way around. I'll nick the extra bits out first. So, keep this right around. Now I need to get my magnifier around so I can see it. The trouble is now, I bet that's right across the camera. It is right across the camera. So, I'm going to take the camera down. Bear with me, I'll come back to you a sec. A better angle. It means I can now get the magnifier where I can see what I'm doing. Okay. File these. Right here. You see what I mean when I say you have to make sure you keep these the right way around, because if I can show you, this is wider there than it is here, and that ties up with a larger size at the front here. Now, they've been painted front and back, but obviously they haven't been painted on the edges. That will get done when they're constructed. That's one. Now these came off there, like that, which is quite convenient. That little square that you can see is where the brass decoration gets put on later. So they're quite straightforward to put together. So let's do that. Make sure I get the right glue. I've got two different consistencies of cyan acrylic here. One is medium, which is the one I'm using for this, and one is thin, which is very runny. I only use that for bits where I want the glue to really run. Like when I put the pin rails on, that was done with the thin cyan. So put these together. Make sure they are connected together, which they are, and get it right. It maintains the right angle. I don't know, you can probably see even this glue is quite runny, but it is what we class in Germany middle liquid, in other words middle viscosity. I don't know if you have the same grades of cyan. We have thick, middle and thin here. And they all have different times to set. It's amazing. I've just taken that apart, and you can see that's going to be a little groove. So I guess the filler is going to come in handy here. Okay, I'm going to carry on, and I'll come back to you when I've got a few more done. Guys, you can see I've got 10 little cannon. What do you call them? Bases? Yeah. And all the wheels have just been painted. What I do is I put my old piece of brush rod and paint them, and then I'll go along and just twist them apart because they'll all be stuck together with glue. The barrels are painted. In some cases the paint is rubbing off already, so they'll be touched up later on. What I plan to do now is to cut the axles. Now, they show the axles as being 3 mils either side of the frame. 3 mils is quite difficult to guess, so what I'll do is I'll measure one. Let's put my ruler up and see if my guesstimate of 3 mil is the same as theirs. I don't suppose that'll make any difference. I'm going to make it more than 3 mil. I've got plenty of brush rods, so let's make it 5 mil. I should put it about there, and yeah, about where my finger is. There. So if I cut 12 at that size, that leaves me room to grind the ends down a bit to make them the same. Yeah, not the same, but square on the ends. 3. Eleven. And that's 12. Okay, so there's 12 front axles, slightly oversized. Now do 12 back axles, much the same way, 5mm either side. So that's 5mm that way. I must be getting good at this. I put my finger exactly where I need to want it cut. Now, just in case you're wondering why I'm not being so picky about how accurate these are, I'm going to grind the ends flat so that the wheels can slide on there without any problem. But also after the wheels is a decoration, and then the pictorial plans for the ship show that you leave about 1/2mm sticking out on each side of the wheels. Let's see if I can show you. Well, I can't show you without tipping up my camera, but they show approximately 1/2mm outside the wheel, and they show that before the decoration goes on. So, well, we'll see how we get on with that. Seems an awful lot, but there you go. So I shall now round off all these axles. Not keep saying I'll round them off. I'll just clean up the ends on each one. For that, I shall put you on hold while I do it, because it's get that noisy. Guys, there you can see 12 cannons, all with their axles secured in place, the wheels all painted and smoothed and painted, separated, ready to be put onto there. So I'm going to dig out the decoration and paint them black before I go and have a break. I won't do that on camera, I'll just do it and I'll let you see the end result afterwards. Okay, talking about, there's all these little circles and things. You see it says at the bottom, type C kind of details, the type S were up above. So these are the, you can see detail on them when they're rubbed away. I'll show you before I try to put them onto the wheels, but I'm just trying to find a place where you can focus on them at the moment without getting too much reflected light. But there you go, that's what I'm talking about, all of those. Okay, I'll let them all set and I'll come back and we'll rub these down and we'll try and put the wheels on the axles and we'll see how we get on. Like a little production line going here, barrels over there, carriages here, wheels there, decoration there. There's more to come because all the pulleys are up the back there and over here. So okay, I'll be back when these are all set. And a few seconds for you. It's been a little while for me. I'm trying to work out, probably this is probably the flattest I've got to rub this away. You've heard me talk before about Murphy's Law, right? In this case, it's if there's something that's in your way, it's going to screw things up. There will be something in your way that's going to screw things up. It hasn't screwed anything up, it's just landed on the floor. But all you have to be careful here is that you don't rub too much away. And in fact, I think you can see that majority of the black has been filed away. There's a little bit much on this one. You get left with black and gold decoration. It's quite fine, but they don't go on for a little while yet. The wheels go on first. Would you believe the thing that fell on the floor was my knife? Thankfully it didn't land in my toes. That has happened before. So axles are nicely secured with lots on the edge. Now then, let's try and put some wheels on. Big wheels at the front, little wheels at the rear. Big wheels like that. Oh, I'm quite pleased with that. Now I'm going to put the wheels right up next to the cannon, because I think that's where they should be anyway. So let me position all the wheels and then I'll go around with the glue and we'll put a drop on each one. Remember I said that the wheels will separate dead easy? Well, here I've got two that are not separated. There we go. Yeah, I think you get the idea. I'm going to go along, put all the wheels in position, and then I'll come back to you. You can see 12 cannons with all 12 have all 4 wheels attached. They're secured, so just waiting for that to set, and I'll put the little brass bit on, and we'll cut off the excess of the axles, and that'll be the wheels done on the cannons. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah. The only time it's not tiring, the only bloody annoying bit is waiting for everything to set and the glue to harden. So we'll just wait. Okay, see you soon. I have 12 cannons with all the decorations on the wheels, except for one which has 3 wheels decorated and 1 wheel not, because its little piece flew out of my hand somewhere on the floor, and there I've looked and looked and looked. So I guess this one will be going in a corner where it won't be seen. So I'm just about to trim off all these axles, and that'll be me for today. So in a few seconds for you, it'll be tomorrow for me. See you in a minute. We are back at the salt mines for another day. Quite cold today. The temperature's gone up and down like a friggin' yo-yo. But I still haven't found that missing decoration for here. So that will definitely be the cannon that's hidden in the corner. Yeah, it'll be on the port side then, right in the corner where you won't really see it. Right, before the cannons get attached to the base, I've got some more decoration to do. These little itchy titchy squares have to be put on. So I need to get my gluing stick, which is here. Make sure it's clean, which it isn't. It will be in a few seconds. Production line going here. I've got the ropes tied to the back of the cannons, and the cannon bases have got the little aiming wedges glued in. They'll have to be touched up with some red paint just to make everything match. And while I've got them in that state, I'll drill the holes in the backs to hold the pulley blocks. So I'll just let all this glue set, and then I'll come back and do some painting, and shortly after that I'll come back to you. A few seconds. Oh, that should all have set in nicely now. Barrels are all tied up. Right. So put them over on one side. Carriages are painted and should have dried. So now we're going to need 24 these little axle clamps, as I like to call them. Yeah, come on, plastic bag, I forgot. Right, so we need 24 of these. Just scooping out the carton as we go. 1, 2, 5, 8. I could just pull them out as I need them actually. Some of them are nicely rounded, others are got no curve on them at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is place a barrel. A little bit of glue here and here put the brackets on and leave it set. That's all there is to it. So let's line them all up. Make sure I get the knot on the barrel on the bottom. Otherwise it don't look right at all. So knots are supposed to be on the bottom. It helps if you put them on the carriage the right way around, of course. And you're supposed to paint these hinge clamps black, but I'll do that after the set. I find if you do it before, that sometimes the paint just comes off. That one doesn't look. Yeah, the paint comes up as you're working, and you end up having to touch it up again. Well, I'm going to have to touch up some of the barrels. Oh, look at this. This is the problem when you've got them all lined up together. Remember me talking about Murphy's Law? If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Well, there's plenty of options here for things to go wrong, I can assure you. And I can almost guarantee that at least one of these clips is going to end up on the floor. They did the last time. I'll try not to. I think I said before, this is just one of these things. All these little things have to be done, and each time you do something it has to be allowed to set and harden before you can move on to the next bit. It's just time consuming, it's really annoying at times, especially when you've got so many to do. Right, so where to start? At the back, I'm going to have to bring my magnifier down to do this. So not so easy. In fact, it's a bit of a pain. Try to get it straight and it keeps wanting to go floppy. Skew with floppy. Right, that's one in. think this one's got in the wrong place. Right, there we are, lined up. One is anyway. I think another little drop of cyano on there won't go amiss. As I say, it's all going to be touched up with black paint very shortly. Yeah, that's one done. Okay, I'll carry on, do the rest, I'll come back to you. 12 cannons with all the cannon, what do you call them, clamps? Bearing clamps, whatever. So I'll let them set another half an hour's wait, and then I'll paint that, and then we'll start putting some pulleys on. Whether I get to that today or not is another matter. Okay, for you a few seconds, for me a little short break. Some progress, guys. There's one cannon with its left and right pulley blocks on. It's rope from the back of the cannon to the pulley blocks. They all gone to the side wall of the deck. I've just got to put a hole in the back and put a rear pulley block on there, and that one's ready for putting on the ship. One thing I noticed, it's lost its decorative square on this side. Must be on a table here somewhere. I'll try and find it and stick it on. If not, I've got a few spares. There's one complete cannon, pulley blocks on left and right and on the rear, and its loop of rope, which the big bit that's hanging off it will be trimmed down when it gets put onto the ship. Okay, I've got to do this 11 more times. I don't know how many I'll get done today, because as you can probably hear, I'm suffering from either cold or flu, so I'm just, until my concentration gives out, I'll carry on. I'll come back to you before I finish. I'm going to do much more today. My concentration levels are very low, but there you are, 2 cannons, including the one with the wheel decoration missing. You can't see it because it's against the wall, you see, but there's 2 in the position, in the final position, secured in. You can see how the rope loops look now, tied off and secured. I've got 2 more to do on this side. I'll make all 12 cannons up because the others go up the front here, but the pictorial instructions don't mention them yet. You get these done, and then you do a bit of decking up here, and you do a bit of work up there, quite a bit of work up there before you come back. The thing is that from the decking that's going to be up here will come out to about here, and then there's a ladder goes down right across that, goes here, and that cannon ends up behind the stairs. So alright, I'm going to stop it here. If you like what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already done so. When you subscribe, you'll be shown a notification icon, which is a bell. If you click on that, you'll then be notified when any new videos come up on the channel. I'm going to do one probably over the weekend of models that I've done in the last 2 or 3 years. I don't know if, previous to doing these ships and what have you, I did a lot of airplanes, which if you look up on my top shelf, you'll find them sitting up there. But it's getting more and more difficult to fly now, so that's why I moved on to static models. I'll probably do that at the weekend if I feel up to it. I've got 3 or 4 little models that I did. If I say little, they're quite big. Okay, as I say, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.